Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Megan Gross, the training coordinator here at Birch. We also have someone on answering any questions throughout this webinar today. So you guys will all be muted until the very end, and we will have an open question and answer time at the very end of this. So we have some very exciting new additions coming to Kitchen Plus and Elan that are focused on very high contemporary as well as soft contemporary design. So these new door styles and finishes will really make you guys want to design beautiful contemporary kitchens right now. Let's take a look. Taking a huge step towards high contemporary design, we are thrilled to be adding 3 distinct collections of contemporary finishes to our frameless Elan cabinetry. High gloss acrylic and ultra matte acrylic finishes are highly durable, they're scratch resistant, thick, smooth, with deep, rich colors that create a stunning visual appearance. Wired gloss foils offer a high gloss surface with a beautiful visual wired effect. So first up, we have Freya. Freya is the contemporary slab door style that you will use with the Reflect high gloss acrylic finishes. When designing with acrylics, the cabinet case will always have matching edge banding. The doors and drawers fronts, they do have some different edge banding options for you to choose. The Reflect high gloss finishes, we actually have 3 edge banding choices for those. Matching, aluminum, or two-tone. Two-tone edge banding, like you'll see in that image there, it gives you the appearance that the fronts are actually glass. So it kind of creates that 2-layer effect. That silver part, that will always be that color, and then the glass-like appearance is going to be in the color. All of the edge banding options are included in the contemporary finish sample set. So once you get your samples, you'll be able to have those 3/4 inch samples with all of these edge banding options to choose from as well. Really help show your customers. As far as colors go, we have 10 stunning high gloss acrylic finishes, including metallic and iridescent finishes, which are really great looking. The back of the doors and drawer fronts will be a complementary color, TFL, with a couple exceptions. Navy, sage, and stone, those will all have a white TFL backing. So again, these high gloss finishes, they're available with matching aluminum or two-tone edge banding. So those 3 edge banding options. And Freya is also going to be that door style that you will use with the ultra matte acrylic finishes. So again, the cabinet case will have that matching edge banding, but the ultra matte finishes for the doors and drawer fronts, you can choose 2 edge banding options. You can choose between the matching or aluminum. The glass doors, mullions, and brass grill inserts are not available with the Freya door style, so you can't do any of those options. And then Freya falls into price code F for door style pricing with that 15% upcharge on the finishes. We have 10 ultra matte acrylic finishes to choose from, including rich colors like navy, olive, and stone. So these are really gorgeous, super matte finishes that have a great touch and feel to them. The back of the doors and drawer fronts will all be a complementary color, TFL, with a couple exceptions here as well. Navy, olive, sage, and stone. Those are going to have that white back. All of the ultra matte acrylics are available again, matching or aluminum edge banding. So 2 options with the ultra mattes. Then we have Dahlia. Dahlia is our contemporary slab door style that you're going to use with the ion wired gloss foil finishes. So ion wired gloss foils, they have a unique wired brushed appearance, and they're still that high gloss, but they are not considered an acrylic finish. But just like the acrylics, the cabinet case will have matching edge banding. The doors and drawer fronts also have some edge banding options. We have matching or aluminum edge banding with these as well. Dahlia is not available with glass doors, mullions, or brass grill inserts. And Dahlia is also in price group F with that 15% upcharge on the order for that finish. Taking a look at the finishes, we offer 5 unique colors in the ion wired gloss foils. That blue and the bronze, those are really striking colors as well. The backs of the doors and drawer fronts here are going to be white TFL with the exception of black. Black TFO is going to be on the back of the black ion wired gloss. All of the wired gloss foils, again, available with that matching or aluminum edge banding. And so when you are designing with any of these contemporary finishes, you're really going to want to make sure you understand and wrap your head around the quirks and special considerations with these materials. So they are different than working with wood finishes. The cabinet case will always have matching edge banding, but the doors and drawer fronts, of course, have those different edge banding options we talked about. So there is some kind of different looks you can achieve by using those edge banding options. Acrylics and wired gloss foils are available with either a white or wood grain laminate interior. So when working with standard construction, you have the two interior color options, whereas today's foils are only available in the wood grain laminate. The acrylics and wired gloss foils are going to be available with either of those options. And then when you are designing in all plywood construction, any finished parts, such as finished ends, finished interiors, those are going to be made out of furniture board, while the rest of the case will still be made out of plywood. This is because the acrylic and wired foil materials, it's only available on furniture board. So if you are, having a customer go all plywood, just make sure you have that conversation as well. Anytime you're going to have a finished end or finished interior, it's going to be made out of furniture board, just that component. Also, something to note is any cabinets with finished ends or finished interior aren't available over 96 inches tall. So this is due to the material not being available any larger than 96 inches. So we get these panels come in to us and we cannot get them anything over 96 inches. We're going to talk about a couple of ways to work around that too if you are needing something taller. Any cabinets with specific wood components are not available. So such as like wood hoods, wine racks, corbels, etc. We're going to have a couple examples here as well on that. But just make sure you read through and understand the special considerations. It's located in the specification section of the Elan catalog. So that's page S4. So when you're working with these contemporary finishes, if you've got a customer you're working with, just kind of make sure you understand this stuff before you start designing, just so you don't run into any hiccups at the ordering process after you've got it all designed. There are also going to be several design notes throughout the catalog indicating any special instructions or when something's not available. So the example here you're going to see of that diagonal corner wall cabinet with the tambour door, it basically states, hey, the tambour door is not available in the acrylic or foil finishes. It will be birch natural, but you could specify it in another wood species and finish if desired. So if your customer's after that cabinet, but they're working with the acrylic or contemporary materials, that tambour door specifically can't be made. So everything else can be, but the tambour is going to be a wood component. So just some more, design tips when working with these contemporary finishes. Although most wood hoods are not going to be available in acrylics or foils, the box style can be ordered in those finishes. So that is the one wood hood style that can be ordered. There will be a visible edge band on the front panel when looking at like the side profile view. So you will see that like line of the edge banding. And then when we're working with panels, again, just a reminder that these finishes are not available with over 96 inches tall. So any finished panels or finished component over 96 isn't available in these. So if you do have a situation where you need something taller, it's not going against a wall or being hidden, you can stack two panels together and create a really, sleek contemporary line as well. You could line it up with the doors maybe on the front. So there are some different design options you can do. You will also find a molding page specifically for the foil and acrylic finishes. So these are the only moldings available in these finishes. So that's the one you're going to want to pay attention to when it comes time to like using any trim pieces or anything like that. That's the page you're going to want to find. And then of course, when it comes to cleaning, your customers, if they're ordering an acrylic or a wired gloss foil kitchen, they're going to want to know, hey, how do I clean this in the end? And what are some tips and tricks along the way? So it is, keep in mind it's very susceptible to scratches with those high gloss finishes. So you're going to want to make sure as the installers, you're leaving that protective peel coat on until the very final stages of the project. So make sure it's after the countertop's installed. You don't want your countertop guide to, accidentally scratch the nice high gloss finishes. Cleaning with a soft cloth, not paper towels. Paper towels can scratch those high gloss finishes. And then most of the time, just that soft cloth with water will do just fine. But if anything heavier, grease spots or something like that, you will want to mix maybe a mild soap and water mixture with that soft cloth. That'll be great. So here is the beautiful Freya door style in two of the Reflect high gloss finishes. It's showcasing navy and pearl white. Great looking combo. And then this kitchen also is designed with a mixture of birch mocha for some of the wood components, like the wood hood. We've got the island end panels, the floating shelves, even the floating shelves and the shiplap panel in that coffee area as well. So great looking kitchen, lots of finishes, very sleek and contemporary. So here we're just going to highlight some of the design features used in this kitchen. So just a reminder, these tall cabinets and overlay end panels to create this look. So these overlay end panels are only 96 inches high, but the visual appearance looks taller than that. So by using that 6-inch L-shaped molding at the top, it increased the visual appearance and gives an overall height of 102 rather than just looking like, a full height 96 inches. So we know those ceiling heights in homes are getting higher and higher. And when your customer does want that look of like, hey, I want my cabinets to be really tall, you can kind of create some of these looks by just using the molding sizes that we offer. And just like in many transitional designs today, where you're mixing materials and finishes, everyone's got kind of that two-tone look out there. Mixing wood in with these contemporary acrylic finishes, it does really create a stunning visual interest. It creates that natural texture alongside all of those smooth, glossy finishes. And so in contemporary design, add those wood components in just small little bits and pieces, and it really looks nice. Here's another example of this Freya door style with the reflect finishes. So we've got reflect sage here and reflect gray. That gray is a really soft, warm gray. It's beautiful paired with this sage color. So alongside with these really high contemporary acrylics in Elan, we also have a new door style that's available in both the framed and frameless, so both Kitchen Plus and Elan catalogs that will bridge the gap as a beautiful soft contemporary style. So we are so excited for this one, and we know you guys will be too. Introducing Walker. So Walker is our petite shaker with a shallow recessed flat panel. It's a modern version of everyone's favorite timeless door style today is of course the shaker. The stiles and rails for Walker are just under 1 inch. They're at 13/16 wide. The flat center panel is 5/8 inch thick, and it's making that recess back from the front only an 1/8 inch. So very shallow recess back on that panel here. It's mortise and tenon construction, and that center panel is glued in place. So Walker's available in overlay or inset. Great looking with that inset. Glass doors, mullions, and brass grill inserts are not available. It's going to fall into that price code E. And then because of its mortise and tenon construction, you're able to design with matching end panels, paneled ends, wainscot panels, things like that. So the paneled ends with having the integrated cabinet side, you're going to be able to match that door style look going across. Some manufacturers make this door as a mitered door style, which wouldn't allow you to use that like on a paneled end or a wainscot panel. So this mortise and tenon construction is something to point out here too. Here's this gorgeous Walker door style in this kitchen. We've got paintable smoke on the perimeter cabinets. The island and the hood are in cherry mineral, one of the growing favorites in the stains. So we've had some other big changes over the last few months that we're going to take a look at today as well, just kind of recapping all the big things that have been happening around birch. So paintable wood species was recently introduced across the board. Paintable is a combination of premium HDF and or paint grade maple. So while birch wood species was always kind of our go-to wood species for painted finishes, the graining and texture shows through with those painted finishes. So using the paintable species, it gives you the best possible painted surface. Some of the door styles are going to be all HDF, while other door styles are going to be a combination of HDF with the paint grade maple. So like mitered door styles, for example, the frame parts are going to be made out of the maple, while the center panel can be that HDF. Along with the paintable species, the enamel paint process, it's something that Birch was working towards for quite a while, and that is officially, you guys are getting enamel paint right now. Our painted finishes, they're now a full coverage opaque enamel, which is an exceptionally durable finish. It's defined by rich, deeply saturated colors. It has a luxuriously smooth surface. So painted finishes are available on either the paintable species or oak. Cabinet parts and doors, they're sanded, filled, then they receive that first coat of enamel. Then everything is sanded and filled again before the second coat of enamel is applied. Then they're going to be oven cured for that excellent finish. And then the sheen is something that also changed with our painted finishes. The sheen for all painted finishes is a satin sheen. It's a 20-degree sheen level. It's kind of a beautiful blend between semi-gloss and matte sheen. So if you have not already, make sure you do order your enamel paint sample update kit. That update kit will send you all the new paint samples in this enamel finish. So it also has that satin sheen on these samples. So make sure you're kind of getting rid of the old and bringing in those new samples for your painted finishes. We also recently introduced Cashmere, a beautiful soft white paint color. So all the different shades of white, this fills the gaps very beautifully. And with the addition of Cashmere, Oyster Bay has been retired. So Oyster Bay is no longer available, but that new Cashmere fits the gap very nicely. Then we have one more running change that we've made. So recently we made a little running change to all of our wood grain laminate interior. It's now going to be a maple instead of birch. So this change was effective for all birch products. So that affects interiors of standard construction Kitchen Plus and Elan cabinets, as well as marketplace cabinetry. So if you do notice a slight difference in the appearance from, your golden toned birch paper maybe in your showroom to that whiter maple paper interior, you're seeing the new interior. Now we're going to go ahead and cover some of the important dates and details for you guys. So last Tuesday, the 30th, that's when this announcement went out. So you guys kind of got the preview of all these new products that are launching. That's how you registered for this webinar today. Of course, today is the training. So we're training you guys right now and launching this today. So you guys can actually officially order jobs in this stuff. You can, of course, order all your samples, your new displays, things like that. But you can officially start ordering these products right now. Speaking of samples, you will use the sample update form to get your new samples. So the merchandiser door samples, you're going to get that Walker paintable door in the beautiful cashmere color. You're going to get a Dahlia and 2 Freya door styles, one for the reflect metallic gray and one for the ultra matte in olive. You're also going to want to do that contemporary finish set. That's going to have all your sample chips for the contemporaries, and it's also going to have those 3/4 samples that are going to show you the edge banding options. Automatically, as far as literature and catalogs, you're going to get 2 catalog updates for Kitchen Plus. You're going to get 2 copies of the entire Elan catalog, and then you're going to get 2 packs of Kitchen Plus literature. So 10 packs, or 10 are each in pack. 10 each are in those packs. The New door styles and finishes are in all the merchandisers. So if you are getting ready to order a new merchandiser, you're thinking about refreshing yours, the new door styles and finish samples are in those already. And of course, that Kitchen Plus and Elan literature, the KLT, has been updated with some great new photography, as well as it shows off all the new contemporary finishes. Again, you guys are going to be getting 2 packs of this automatically, 10 in each pack. Then, of course, 2020 and Pro Kitchen catalogs, those are updated and available. So that is our product launch for the new contemporary finishes. So we've got great contemporary finishes. We've got great contemporary door styles. We've got that soft contemporary door style with the new walker. And we are very excited about this product launch, and I hope you guys are too.